Now, let's get this show on the road. Bum, 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 bum. Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of Professor Victor Singing Eagles, Native American Literature here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. Are you ready? Let's get started. We got some announcements. What are they? 292 days till Christmas. Right, today is meeting 16, Thursday, March 7th, 2024. The midterm is going to be right after spring break. And I still am working on reformatting this e-learning because I needed to put more, what shall I say, extra credit discussion forums, which I'm working on. If you'll have a look, you'll see I added one about the Popol Vuh. Something about Chinese zodiac. I still have not disclosed why I put Chinese stuff in a Native American literature class. I'm going to kind of leave some of it up to you to figure that out. Next. Man, I got to add some more stuff. There's Tiffany Midge. I haven't put any discussion about her, but I did do an extra credit discussion about Zitkalasha. And there's even a link to where you can find her ebook online. All this work I did for you. Gary Hobson, I haven't done an extra credit thing for him yet, but I will. There's a link to where you can search for a poem that I keep printing and I'm going to bring to class, but every time I print it, nobody shows up. What a weird coincidence, huh? There's even a video. Paula Gunn Allen. There's our pop quiz. Here's a discussion of stuff what you've been missing. Hopefully people, and there's another discussion. Every time you see that little orange whatever icon with some fellas standing together, that's a discussion forum, and you can actually contribute to the discussion. There's this black coyote or black creator Coyote and the Stars, the video which I posted, which is pretty awesome. I love that video. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's what I wanted to get you guys through, and I'm already talking too much. Let's pick up where I left off. Remember, I was talking a little bit about subversive native humor, and I said that we love to make fun of twinkle bunnies and wannabes, and I think wannabes are now called pretendians. But back in the old days, we used to call them twinkle bunnies. Says here, I tried to do an image search and an online search, but twinkle bunnies have kind of disappeared off the internet. It was a big thing back in the 90s and early 2000s. Only thing I could find is the Urban Dictionary. Twinkle bunny says Southern U.S. slang, but actually it was Native American slang, really. A derogatory term describing a person, typically female, well, maybe, who is a self-proclaimed master or spirit, a guide to the spiritual arts. In reality, they are either scammers, there's a lot of them in Mount Shasta, I'll show you in a second, preying on the unwitting, or delusional hacks that believe in their own nonsense. An example would be the white woman posing as a Native American running around selling authentic tribal goods, or the fake master, martial arts master, or spiritual guru, blah, blah, blah. You see a lot of these in Mount Shasta, California, where I'm from, because there's a bunch of people who worship the mountain. So here's our Mount Shasta, and I put up here Mount Shasta spiritual leaders, and you'll see, if you ever go to my hometown, you'll see all these crystal shops, and you'll see all these wonderful people calling themselves spiritual healers and spirit guides, charging $1,000 to come to some kind of retreat. Oh, look at that. Activate your chakras and your spirit energy and come and sit around the campfire and tell Native American stories. And this wonderful woman who has the singing bowls, and let me manipulate your aura and tell you what color, and it just goes on and on and on. And I could go nuts with this stuff, but we don't have enough time. I'm supposed to be bothering you with Indigeno-Futurism. Is that what I'm calling it? Indigenous futurism. Kind of has its roots in Afrofuturism, which is one of my hobby horses, which I really love. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Let me look. I'm going to look at my lesson plan. My lesson plan says there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we need to speak of. And these are kind of emerging authors, I want to say. I mean, they've been around, but not very many people are reading them, and they're not as famous as they should be, in my opinion. First is Rebecca Roanhorse. She is African American and Owingeh Pueblo, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. So she's a mixed blood. You can see a picture of her. She has a lot of really cool books. The one that I'm going to speak of is called Trail of Lightning, and it is part of a series of novels that she writes called Sixth World series. The settings of her novels are usually Navajo res or some Navajo community, post-apocalyptic environment. One of the stories, I think, A Trail of Lightning, involves a post-apocalyptic monster hunter, Navajo. Our protagonist is Maggie Hosky, and she runs around hunting monsters. Mixes a little bit of Navajo mythology in with futurism, and I want to say, what is that word I'm thinking of? Dystopian future. There's the term I'm looking for. Dystopian, which is the opposite of utopian. Now, you guys know the difference, right? Because I don't need to explain that. Because utopia is, yay, it's something good and beautiful, and it's some like a ideal world, and dystopia is the opposite. If you've seen, I don't know, Terminator, the future Terminator ones where they're in a future world and everything is all destroyed, or the red pill and the blue pill, what is that? The Matrix. They're living in a dystopia. I'm talking too much. Let's go on to our next author. Our next author is Sherry DeMaline. She's Métis from Canada. Oh, Canada. And she has all these really cool tattoos, but we don't want to talk about that because I really don't like tattoos. I got enough military scars all over my body. Why do I need tattoos? Never mind, that's me. Let's mess with Sherry DeMaline or DeMaline. She also writes dystopian futurism. Her big book, or big breakthrough, is called The Marrow Thieves. Marrow, as in bone marrow, thieves. And this book was actually written for, I want to say, young adults. It's sort of like that Harry Potter thing going on, but it's not really Harry Potter. This is a dystopian world where climate change has run amok, and for some reason, Indians are the only human beings who have the ability to dream anymore. And so non-Indians are hunting for Indians, and I'm not exactly sure because I haven't read the books yet, but I would love to read about how the natives are being hunted for their ability to dream. So that's her, and I'm standing in front of the screen, and I need to get my glasses because I'm getting old, and you know, when you get old, you got to wear reading glasses. So let me pull these reading glasses up. Where did I put them? I lost them. All right, fine. I'll just use my backup reading glasses then. It's another thing that happens when you get old, is you lose stuff. There we go. Our next author is Grace Dillon, or Dillon. She is, what tribe is she? I gotta pull up my notes. Here it is, right here. Grace Dillon is Anishinaabe. I should have known that. She's from our Big Brother tribe, Potawatomi, Ottawa and Anishinaabe or Chippewa. Those are the three brothers. I told you the story. We don't need to talk about it again. So she's Anishinaabe. She is the editor of a novel called Walking the Clouds, an anthology of indigenous science fiction or something like that. And she's got some videos about native futurism. Oops, I don't want to play it. Go away. I want to go back. There we go. I'll put a link on our e-learning instead of playing it for you. She has a collection of many emerging, exploratory, and experimental young native writers. And she's somebody to pay attention to. Even if we click on this Climate Center for Climate Literacy, Grace Dillion is an American academic and author. She's a professor of Anishinaabe and European descent, blah, 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 blah. Where is she now? I think, isn't she at, where is she? Oh, Portland State University. There we go. I could have sworn she was in Canada. Then we're going to do Darcy Little Badger. She's so cute. There she is, Darcy Little Badger. If I remember right, she's Lipan Apache. Her debut novel is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Ilatso. It is a contemporary fantasy and mystery novel where science and magic coexist. That's kind of cool to think about. The story in this novel, Ilatso, is about an Apache girl who has the ability to raise or speak to the ghosts of dead animals, which is interesting. I'll need to get that book and have a look at it. And again, there's science and magic mixed together. Last but not least, we have Daniel, the only guy on my list. Daniel Heath Justice, American Canadian. I believe he's Cherokee. Yes, he is. He is the author of a book called Raccoon and a newer novel called The Way of Thorn and Thunder. He also writes fantasy and tradition. I have on here group from different right, because he's an editor as well. His book is about a group of many different indigenous people from different indigenous nations, and they're all hanging out together in a world that is threatened by colonization and environmental destruction. Again, it's another dystopian world where the natives are all banding together to survive whatever is threatening their further existence. I pull up some images on him. And we don't have his book. No, we don't. But anyway, maybe, no, that's why indigenous literatures matter. We've got Raccoon. But I got a question for you guys. Challenge question, because I already talked way too long and I got to cut this video short. I think I've already spoken for like 12 minutes. My question is, what's up with this? We got, no, not that, go away. We got 1, 2, can you see this? I'm standing in the way. 3, 4 native futurist, indigeno-futurist writers who are female, and only 1 dude. Ooh, what does that imply or suggest or even tell us? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. I'm done talking. You guys have an awesome weekend and an awesome spring break. Thank you so much for your patience. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Stop.